Hello, everyone, and welcome to Re-Engineer You, where we talk to some of the world's finest experts in the world of body and lifestyle transformation, and to answer the question of what is the one thing that you guys can change this week that'll make the biggest impact on your transformation. And today, I'm really excited to be here with our guest today because this is an area that I know absolutely nothing about. So it's going to be a learning experience for me as well as for you guys. And so it's super exciting. I'm here with Sylvia Favela, and I hope I pronounced that right. I forgot to ask you how to do that before the show started. But Sylvia is a Pilates
You
queen.
did well. You did well with that.
Thanks. Sylvia is a Pilates queen, and she is a bodyweight Pilates expert, and has really kind of turning the fitness industry around on the whole Pilates thing, and has a lot of great information to share. So Sylvia, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Cameron. I appreciate you having me on. And yes, you did a great job with my last name. So it's Favela, but you did good. So,
all right, well, that's pretty close.
you were close. You were close. It was good. But no, just a little bit about like how I got into Pilates. Well, I mean, when people think about Pilates, they think like, oh, it's just like yoga. Well, not quite. It's a tad bit different. Pilates is a little bit more of a strength building, whereas yoga is a little more of a relaxation type of workout. Now, I got into Pilates just because I had injured my knee. I had back issues. So mainly because my core was super weak, so I had to do something. And you know, I would go into the gym, do the regular workouts, but there was this little missing link. So as I started Pilates, and I've been doing this for over a decade, it's actually like helped quite a bit as far as me after having my son, getting me back into shape, not having back pain, being able to run marathons again, which I couldn't do because my doctor basically said, you're done, you can't do it. But once I started incorporating Pilates, I can run marathons again. And I can train in the gym or do some, heavier lifting squats because of Pilates. So, it's something where a lot of people are a little hesitant to try, but once you try it, it's kind of a good addictive type of workout, and it just helps you excel and helps you get a little bit deeper into your already regular workouts that you're doing.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Take a little sip. It's hot out here today.
Yeah, no problem. It's hot here too.
I know. Like Chino Hills. It's like, how hot is it out there for you?
For me right now, it's 30,
like almost.
It's 30 Celsius right now, which is, I don't know what that is, about 90 or 95 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, because we're about 100 and something, and that's like a regular normal day in the summer for us. So.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so stay hydrated a bit with coffee. Yeah. But I know, right? So in addition to, with Pilates, one of the things with Pilates is a lot of people think that it's only for dancers. It's only for, only for women. Yes, a lot of women do it because a lot of guys are intimidated by it. They think like, oh, it's kind of like just a woman's workout, and it's really, really not. I currently train a lot of CrossFit, level 1 coaches, and they're dying when it comes to like these workouts, and it's really good because it helps them when they compete and they do their regional competitions. So it's a bit of a humbling type of workout where it kind of triggers little areas where it's like you don't even think like there's a muscle there, but then it's like, oh wow, I didn't know that was there. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of works hand in hand with any sort of training that you're doing, especially with form, because the one thing with Pilates is that it's all about form, and it's all about making sure that your posture and alignment is right on, because if it's not, that's where injury will come into play. And that's when, you get injured, then you fall off the fitness wagon, and, then it spirals out of control. So I could go on and on and on.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, you're talking about CrossFit and how you're training CrossFit, and like I was saying a couple minutes ago, I mean, I've never done CrossFit. I'm a guy. I mean, there's that kind of stereotype of Pilates being more of a women type of thing. So I'm really interested to know how you got a bunch of CrossFit people to do that, because CrossFit seems like a demographic that really wouldn't want to get involved with Pilates for kind of that reason. So I'm really interested to know how you incorporated it with CrossFit.
Well, and the other important, like, interesting thing is because, he came in and I trained some of the coaches, I'll go into his facility and do, the training as well. And one thing they don't really focus a lot on is core.
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of it is they'll do sit-ups like GHD sit-ups and sit-ups with weighted plates, but it's very, very limited as far as how much you're doing with the core. It's not really targeted, so that's why the Pilates, it works hand in hand. And the difference is that the style of my type of Pilates, the bodyweight Pilates that I do, it's more of an intense athletic style, so it's not really your dancer style of Pilates, although there is a lot of basic fundamentals to it. It's a little bit more of a, we're going to do it exactly like this bodyweight style, to where you're going to actually see and feel the results faster, just because of different little changes and tweaks that I would make. So that's one of the reasons why it was enticing to them and to his coaches, and actually, as a matter of fact, to some of his CrossFit athletes, other members in there, were some of the females that do go in there, they'll come in and see me as well, and they do get a bit frustrated because they'll feel that they have no flexibility, like they can't, their range of motion in their shoulders is nothing, it's like there isn't any, and the tightness in their hips and their back, it's like it kind of brings to surface like what their body is lacking, and by doing Pilates it actually helps them.
Oh, okay.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super interesting. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense doing those types of Pilates movements and those holds and stuff. It would really incorporate a lot of core stuff and a lot of muscles that the CrossFit workouts just wouldn't be hitting. So yeah, that's awesome. And then you were kind of talking too about Pilates and yoga, and kind of people think they're the same thing. So how do you explain that? What's the difference between Pilates and yoga?
The difference is that yoga is more of a breathing type of movement, breathing and holding. So a lot of yoga is like holding positions. Pilates is movement. So it's almost you're holding, you're controlling your form, but you're moving at the same time. Where yoga, you're just kind of static and you just hold that position. So the difference is Pilates, you're actually moving in that position. So sometimes it could be harder, it could be easier. It just depends. A lot of yogi people that I've experienced that have come in and have trained with me, they say, wow, it's like by far harder than what they're used to. And again, it also has to do with your instructor and the type of training that you're getting. And with Pilates instructors, you just want to be very careful as far as like who you go to, because it just depends the level of experience and just the level of athletic training or whatnot, where you're going to get that experience.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So it's almost like you kind of have to try Pilates and just kind of give it a shot. And usually what I say, the best way to do it is try it at home, so that way you don't feel embarrassed or you don't feel awkward with certain moves, because some of them may be a bit questionable when you look at them, but it's definitely, like, for women, by far, like, all women should actually be doing Pilates, incorporating some form of it, especially if they've had children. Like that, it's huge. It's very, very important. So.
That's really good to know. So how would you then incorporate it into someone's program? So if you had, like, I work with a lot of fat loss clients, like we were talking about earlier. So how would you, if someone needed to lose, 20 or 30 pounds or even more, how would you incorporate that into their program so they get the full benefits from Pilates?
What I would do is do it, maybe if you're doing like a one training day, you can do it on your off days, on your recovery days, or you can do maybe like a 15-minute workout at night before you go to bed. So the thing with Pilates is you can actually do it every single day. It's not necessarily that style of workout that you have to rest. You don't have to like give your body really a rest between Pilates. It could be done Monday through Sunday every single day. Just because we're not really, I don't want to say it in this term, but it's more of a therapeutic type of workout for your muscle than it is actually causing, your muscle to kind of grow and come back. Like, I'm just trying to put it in a nice way, where it's more in your favor to do it as often as possible. And if you're doing a workout in the morning, you could do this at night, or do it right after your workout.
Yeah,
and
I was going to say that
your body. yeah, if you do it right after, sometimes that's what I do. Like if I'm going in, like if I go into my friend's CrossFit gym and I do it, I have to do my Pilates right after. And I usually will just do my body weight moves just right there on the floor. Just because my body needs that movement, my body needs to open up and feel that, okay, it's balanced, because that's really what it is. It helps balance your body so you don't feel tighter on one side and you just feel like, okay, it's a full body. You've just done like a full body workout. So
Yeah, that's super interesting. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I think that's kind of what I was gonna say, is that it sounds like it would be a good thing to do like after some sort of strength workout or some sort of metabolic training workout or whatever their workout is, and yeah, to be doing it, you know, as much as possible to get those benefits you were talking about earlier. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And so the next thing, I guess, is equipment. So you're talking about bodyweight stuff and a lot of bodyweight moves, and I know I've seen some Pilates equipment stuff out there somewhere, but do you need any equipment to get started with Pilates, or is it just kind of body weight?
No, to be quite honest, like the best Pilates workout is going to be all body weight. I mean, if there's anything that you would add into it, is maybe like a stretch band to it, but by far the best is your body weight. You know, the body weight Pilates, that's going to be the best. There is apparatus that you can use, but then you would need to go into a well equipped studio with an experienced Pilates instructor to really get a full benefit out of it, and that's using reformers and the Cadillacs. But it could get too overwhelming. So the best thing to do is just stick to the body weight Pilates and just stick. All you need is just the floor, and that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome.
And you're covered. Yeah, and you're covered and you're good. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's really good. That sounds easy enough to implement then. And
yes.
So then you're talking about how to find a good coach and a qualified coach, and the good and the bad and everything. So what do you look for when you look for a Pilates coach?
One, you want to see how long they've been training, and two is like you want to make sure that if you're going into a studio, like if you're going into an actual like Pilates studio, you want to at least do a private one-on-one, so that way you kind of get the basics out of it. A lot of the programs that I have online, the two different ones, one is they're all follow along, so it's like basically me coaching you like one-on-one. Yeah, and then the other is all the body weight, so it's all the combination. So you really want to know that person is experienced, do a one-on-one so you get a thorough knowledge of what Pilates is all about.
Awesome. Okay, that's really good to know. Yeah, I guess it's like with anything. Like there's good and bad coaches everywhere. Like even like we were talking about CrossFit earlier. I mean, there's definitely good and bad CrossFit coaches, and there's good and bad strength coaches, and good and bad Pilates coaches. So just like with anything, it's buyer beware, and do your research, right?
Yeah, do your research, and if the one thing with Pilates is that the form is huge. So if you're in there with an instructor and they're not constantly on you on your form, chances are you may want to look for somebody else, because that's what Pilates is all about. It's all about form. It's all about technique. And without it, you're not going to get the benefits out of it. So you'll notice like a lot of the things that I talk quite a bit, and I give a lot of cueing and a lot of instructions when I teach, just because I want to make sure that you're feeling it in the areas that you need to.
Awesome. Good. And so kind of the last thing, I guess, to ease into everything is if there was someone watching this right now, and like maybe myself, or someone, weight loss client, how would you start? Like what would be the very, very, very first kind of starting point? Would it be going to find a qualified coach, or would it be doing something at home, or where would you?
What I would do, because sometimes if you go and you're looking at a studio, you're gonna, it's gonna cost some money. Pilates instructors and Pilates studios are not cheap. A really good qualified one I'm not quite sure what it is in Canada, but out here it could be, up to like a couple $100 an hour, with a qualified instructor. But what I would do is definitely try something at home. I mean, you could definitely try the programs that I have online, which is, bodyweightpilates.com or the pilatesworkoutsolution.com. So either one of those two will kind of give you a good starting point of like, okay, getting an understanding of it, and that's a nice way to do it. Or I could give you also to, you know, my blog where I constantly like put up different workouts, different just kind of overall articles on Pilates, and to help, you know, beginners, intermediate, and advanced people. So I'll send that over to you.
Yeah, definitely send that over. I was, yeah, like I took a look at that a little while ago, and yeah, it's definitely some really good programs you have there for Pilates and the Pilates workout solution and the bodyweight Pilates stuff. So yeah, definitely if people are watching and they want to get started with Pilates, I would highly recommend checking out Sylvia's stuff, because after all, she is the Pilates queen, so it doesn't get much better than learning from the queen herself. So so that's so, and I know now, just kind of wrapping up here, I know you and Tyler are coming out with something in the next couple weeks, right? You got a big product coming out, and I'm excited for this. I think it's going to be a really good thing for a lot of people. So maybe touch on that, because I think this video will probably come out right around the time that you're launching that. So maybe just touch on that a little bit.
The Bodyweight Flow, you know, the program that Tyler and I are doing, it is by far one of, I'm really excited about it. And the reason why is that, you know, a lot of times is that if the better that we move, the better results you're going to get. So if we can't, you know, a lot of times we think about, okay, right before you're getting ready to do a workout, it's like, what do you do to prepare for that? Like, do you just jump right in? You know that you kind of have to like get your body ready and warm it up. Well, these flows actually help you get your body ready and get you to already get into that position where you're going to already maximize your results with your program that you're already doing. So this could be done by itself. If you're, you know, just beginning to work out and you don't know quite what to do, but you know you need to start moving, or if you're already like heavily, you know, training, this is something that you want to do to help you really fire up those muscles and hit muscles that you normally would not, and they stay, you know, they stay active and they stay firing as you continue on to your own workout. So it's going to be a really great program, and the best thing about it is that these flows are only 2 to 3 minutes long, but it does like kick your butt. So it's pretty cool, and I'm really excited about it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's going to be really good, because I think that's an awesome position to put something like that in, like before the workout, and get the body kind of ramped up and ready to go in a nice 2 to 3 minute flow like that. So I think that's going to be awesome, and I think you guys are going to do really well with that. And when's that coming out?
It's coming out August 6th.
August 6th.
August 6th, yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah,
looking
actually,
forward to it.
Yeah, that should probably line up pretty nice with when this video comes out, actually. I think that's come out maybe the week after. So, so yeah, if you're watching this before August 6th, go check out Bodyweight Flow August 6th, and I'll post a link below this video where you guys can get that, and you can check that out, and that will be a great program from Sylvia and Tyler Bramlett is his last name, I think.
Yes, that's correct.
So 2 great guys with some great products. So, or a woman and a guy, right? One woman, one guy.
Thank you.
So I guess I should wrap up. Kind of the biggest part about this show is I always like to ask people, what's the one thing that people should focus on, and really tie everything around into one main focal point for people that they can focus on or try or do something this week that will have a big impact on their transformation. So what would you say the one biggest thing would be for you?
One of the biggest things like for transformation is just kind of be aware of what you're doing. So if you're doing something, if you decide you're going to do a workout, be 100% into that workout. You just be present in what you're doing and give it your all. So give it 100%. Don't go half, don't half-ass it. You want to really give it your all, because you're gonna, whatever you put in, you're gonna get out. So that's the biggest thing is that when it comes to fat loss, when it comes to trying any of the new programs, if it comes to, deciding to waking up earlier in the morning every day, don't go half-ass it, just go all the way and just do it. And that's it's gonna help in anything in any facet in your life. So
yeah, I think that's great. That's great advice. So go 100% in with what you're doing, and follow the program 100%. So that's great advice. Okay, so just kind of closing up here, definitely check out 360pilatesworkout.com is your blog, I think, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. And or you're on Facebook, 360 Pilates Workout on Facebook. And then what are the products? Pilatesworkoutsolution.com, is that what it is?
Yeah, Pilatesworkoutsolution.com, and then bodyweightpilates.com.
And bodyweightpilates.com. All right, cool. And I will post, when you guys launch that Bodyweight Flow, I'll post a link below this video, and everyone can check that out as well. So that'll be awesome for everyone too.
Cool.
Any closing thoughts, Sylvia, before we wrap this up?
Just, you got to try it. The better you move, the better results that you're going to get. So Pilates and then the Bodyweight Flow. So definitely something to, you know, try. Even if you're brand new to it, brand new to moving, it's definitely a good thing to do.
Awesome. Well, you have me convinced, so I'm going to give it a try.
Cool. Sounds good.
If you can convince
send me a
me,
picture.
yeah, and if you can convince me, the biggest Pilates cynic out there, then that's pretty good. So
yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of people.
So I'll send you a
not
picture of me doing Pilates for sure.
Yes, yes, that'd be awesome. Cool. So definitely appreciate you having me on the call today.
Yeah, no problem. So thanks for being here, Sylvia. That does it for this episode of Re-Engineer You. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys back on the next episode. And as always, if you guys like this episode, definitely share it, like it, tweet it, +1 it, stumble it, whatever you guys are doing. Just get it out there, because there's a lot of great information in Sylvia's interview here today about Pilates. And try it for yourself. Pilates 360, PilatesWorkout.com. I'll see you guys next time.